Hello, everybody. Welcome to day number 3 of our live stream. I am thrilled today because I have more of my colleagues with me. I, of course, am Micah Hoffman. I'm the president of OSINT Curious, and I would love to introduce Ines Narciso. Ines, you want to say hi?
My sound was not going on. Hi everyone, good afternoon for those in Europe, and good lunchtime for those in US area, and I would say dinner time somewhere in Asia. So hello everyone. My name is Ines Narciso at IWN_LX on Twitter, and I pass it on to Christina.
Hello everyone, welcome from me as well. Really glad to be back here again after the summer break. My name is Christina Lekati, and you can find me on Twitter as Christina Lekati, and I will pass it on to Stephen.
Hi everybody, it's good to be back after a break of a few weeks actually. I'm Stephen Harris. I go by the moniker NixIntel on Twitter, and I'm really looking forward to tonight. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. And I'm so thrilled that you all are here because we're going to do something a little bit different today. For those of you that are just joining our live stream for the first time, maybe you just popped onto your LinkedIn. You're like, hey, what's this OSINT Curious thing? Well, we are a group of people that love open source intelligence and love helping you understand it and learn about it. So on the live stream today, we're going to be doing two basic things. The first half of the show, till about the bottom of the hour, we're going to be playing Geoguessr, which is a free online game that helps us with geolocation, observation skills, and working together as a team. Then we'll switch to the second half of our show where I get to play host to these three wonderful people. We're going to be asking them a whole bunch of questions. It'll be an Ask Them Anything. I have a bunch of questions that I've created here, and I would love you to answer those questions as our audience members. And also, if you have questions for Christina, Ines, Stephen, or myself, please, you'll be able to use the chat feature of whatever application you're on to submit them to us. And for those of you that are joining us for the first time, scrolling across the bottom of their screen is our website, our user handle, a link to our Discord, a link to our Patreon site for supporting us, and a reminder to please subscribe to our channels. Let's see who's out here, everybody. So we are live streaming on 4 platforms: YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Ah, I got it. Yes, that's 4. That's right. Thank you, Ines. Yes, it's 4. Higher math, everybody. So we're on those platforms. It's been a long day for me, and it's not even halfway done.
You're doing it really well. I was actually like, oh my God, Mike, I could never do this like he does. Like, introduce everything so flowly, and anyone who's watching is like, these guys are good. They're professional.
Yeah, until I got to that part. Great, where I can't do basic math. Terrific.
No, you were doing well. You were doing well.
Well, thank you. Thank you. So for those of you that are joining us for the first time, since we're live streaming on 4 different platforms, comments are separated into those 4 different platforms. So if somebody posts something on Twitch, you're not going to see it on YouTube and all of the different variations. What we'll do is try to bring as many of your comments into our conversation as we can, calling you out as we go. And you know what? I see some amazing long-term viewers here, like Purple and Zeus, Adi, Lord Marcus, Reset Flag, Carl, and Death Knight. Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome. Now, for those of you like Christina and Stephen, and I think not Inez, because you were here last week, or on Sunday. For Stephen and Christina, and those of you that haven't tuned in a little bit, we're doing Geoguessr a little differently now. Instead of doing the daily challenge, which is 5 3-minute rounds in Geoguessr, we're doing Country Streak, and we're just continuing to go on and on and on.
Are you still going?
We're still going. Yeah.
Oh,
we're up to number 41.
Is the goal like 100 this week?
The goal is infinite. It is to go as far as we can go.
Okay.
But Inez, I have to tell you, so for those of you that don't know, geoguessr.com is a wonderful website for using Google Street View imagery and photospheres to play a game of geolocation. They put you down in a certain place and you need to guess as close to the location as possible in some of their games. Other games, you just have to guess the country. That's what we're going to be playing. And Ines, you and I, on Sunday, I believe, were playing the game and we just kept getting plopped down into city after city. You're like, is it always this easy?
Yeah.
So Monday came around and we were in a desert somewhere. I mean, just
Really?
there was a long red dirt road.
I was seeing that Death Knight was saying that I jinxed it. So sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking about
You
the same.
absolutely did. It took us 25 minutes to figure out that we were in Ghana, but we did figure it out. But
Very well.
but yeah, so today, no comments about how easy this is. All right. How do we manage to keep this streak going, Purple? Well, it's through no effort of mine. It's all our audience and their wonderful suggestions. Okay, so the 2 rules for GeoGuessrs: 1, no Googling anything, no binging, DuckDuckGoing, indexing anything. If you see something in the webpage that we're going to be using, just use what's in your brain. We want to use deduction, logic, analysis skills. We don't want to just say, hey, Google, where are we? That is not cheating, but it's not the way that we like playing the game. Also, if you know where we are, you know the country we're in, tell us the country and tell us why. This past week, we've gotten a whole bunch of people that say, oh, we're here, but they don't tell us how they know it. And I just don't like people guessing. I like that informed decisions.
Yeah, it's quite different when it's like it's your neighbor town, or if it's just like, I have this idea that maybe it could be. So tell us why.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And basically, I think, Micah, there was something that you said yesterday really makes it clear that you have to make a hypothesis based on some sort of evidence and then seek to prove it or disprove it.
Yeah.
So tell us what's that evidence.
Yeah, I think that's what we do in general is we start with what we see, and then we keep, as we add more and more data, we're limiting our choices. We're like, oh, well, because of this, it can't be that, and all. So this is great. Cool. Hey, Amy, don't worry. We won't tell anybody that you're supposed to be working at your full-time job right now. Just consider us like a radio station on the background, but we're going to keep calling out your name every 5 minutes or so. Okay. So make sure your boss doesn't come by your computer. Amy. All right.
Actually, Amy, knowing a little bit more of OSINT is always really good to help you at any job. So, I mean, you're actually improving your work skills.
That's right. You could be double billing for this time.
It's like a mini class.
Yeah. All right. Here we go, everybody. So as you can see, our streak is at 41 countries. Montenegro was really, really challenging. We were right near the border of Albania. That was a nail biter. Here, we are out in the countryside. Oh, we're driving on the right.
Okay.
And we have a long license plate. Let's see what kind of car this is. Kind of old. Eastern Europe.
Always exciting to see roads in the middle of nowhere in these games.
What does that say? BLR?
Yellow Russia?
Yes.
Wait, but is that on the Google car?
Maybe.
Reflecting in the thing?
Let's see the back of the car if we can see it on there.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. All right.
That's a very strange reflection.
Though. I know. It was. Oh, wait, there's something on the back there. L.
No.
Luxembourg?
No, L, in some countries you have that for, oh my God. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like, because it's gas or if it's...
Yeah, there is a car, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Cleared out, I believe.
What did you say, Christina?
I think there is a car blurred out and I'm really sorry. And it's reflecting on the other glass. Is it a very long shot? But sorry, let's continue. I just don't want to miss this.
No, I think the L in the back has to do with the type of fuel or something. But at least
like leaded gas or something like
that. Learner driver it can be
or LPG or something.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go down here to the road. Oh,
look
at that. All right. So the color of the signs is interesting. The fact that it is not Cyrillic is another thing that's interesting. I've seen this before.
Yeah, I'd say like Romanian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Romanian.
Is there Highway 31 in Romania somewhere, maybe?
Let's see. So we do, yeah, you see the red things here?
Mhm.
Yeah, there we go. Lord Marcus is actually on the same page. Red, and the very unique symbol here is similar. Let's just see if we can find Highway 31. Let's see. So it's going to be the, let's see. I like it when they're ordered, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, so we got 23s, 25s. Yep.
Romania.
LinkedIn user says Romania too. Well, also let me know if you see the two locations here while I'm scrolling around. I know it's not that big, but let's see, 24. 29. Oh, 29, 29, 29. 17. Come on. Nope. I'm not finding it. I swear it's Romania, though. Let's see. Nothing. Maybe my pointing and clicking skills are really not good. I don't know. Wait, 65s. 70s. We start over at the one. Oh, 31, right there. Haha. And here we see the town in question.
Yeah, well done.
And then let's see over here. Do we find that same thing?
I think we can be confident about this.
Well, and there we go. So we are on this road somewhere. Okay, good. Because you can't just know that, because we were in one place the other day and it, it was like right over here and the road was going to Vienna, but it was in Germany. So let's see that. That's correct.
Well done.
And there we go. All right. Number 42. Awesome, people. All right, here we go. We're driving. Oh, it looks like on the right. Yep, on the right. EU plates, people. Blue on the left, long and white. All right. Head towards town.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, Northern Europe, I would say, from the architecture.
Oh, it looks kind of.
Let me turn around here. Hang on. There's a sign. There's a sign. There's a sign. Let me go back. Where did that truck come from? Stiga. And that says KFZ Lacaré. I think this is
German. That's
Lithuania. This is German.
Yeah.
German?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you go a bit closer, because I also see the word underneath.
Hang on one second. Okay. Let's just see.
That bottom sign literally said bratwurst something. It couldn't be any more.
Yes, that's what I saw as well. Just kind of characteristic as well.
Try to be more German.
All right, I can't get any closer. Let me see if I can go down the other road here.
But these signs with the zones are also kind of typical. And the bins.
And the what?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The trash bins.
Oh, the trash bins? Well, we have trash bins over here in the United States too,
How do they
Christina.
look like? Do you?
We do. We do.
Okay.
So let's
hit down
here.
Maybe but it can be like Austria. Can it be Austria? It doesn't look like, but
it could be Austria. Here we've got a .com, prime number 91.com. Let's head down to these stores down here.
But,
and the other time we were in a part of Italy where they spoke German. You remember that?
I remember that one.
That was,
that's German. Ganz schön.
Devastating. All right,
so
I wish I could
Hypo is mainly Austrian as a bank. Can you?
So definitely German language, but not 100%.
Definitely German language. All right, let's see what we got here. Philips, Bosch.
Yeah.
Alice was right. Okay, wait, what is that?
Oh, .at. There he goes, a .at.
AT, that's Austria?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Austria.
All right, let's see if we can. And that's like on a building too, right? It's on a sign on a building.
Yeah.
Okay, so
of a clinic or something. So I would say
Linz. It said Linz was in the address, and that's a city in Austria.
Okay, it is. Yeah, let's just see if we can find anything else. Here's Linz again. Oh, and there's a flag.
Yeah,
isn't that a flag up there? Let's see if I can hit it from up here. Ready there. Oh, so close. A little south. This is what I've been practicing all week, everybody, is
Soft
how
hands,
do you hit?
Micah, soft hands.
There,
Yeah.
yes.
There we go.
All right. Germany or Austria because of the language. Yeah, I mean, up here we see, again, 2 bars with a white line. That's like the Austrian flag. And over here, too. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So it was
That's a
just
big
there,
deal.
we were just,
Huh. Yeah.
it was just on our back.
Yep.
There
All right.
we were looking at road signs.
So we're in Austria, and we're correct. Yeah, and there's Linz, like you were saying, Stephen. Whew. All right. We are on a road with a double yellow line, which makes me think of North Central and South America. The sun is coming from the northwest. Yeah, so we might be in South America. What do you say? I bet we're driving on the right too. Let's head down this way. We had a good one the other day too, where it looked just like the United States, and I was like, we can't guess the United States because Canada has a lot of things that could be similar. And we went and we found a speed limit sign that was in kilometers, and sure enough, it was Canada. All right, these are wood telephone poles. All right, let's just head down the road here. White fence. Sheet metal roofing on the house. What kind of crops are these? Did anybody know? Like pole beans or something?
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the roof is a funny shape.
What are you doing? All right. Let's see, is that a flag right there? Hang on.
And the post box.
Oh, that looks like a United Statesian flag, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. And the post box, yeah.
Yep, and the post box here. All right. I think we need something else other than just a flag, because maybe they're just fans of the United States, which I know is something that's not necessarily easy to find nowadays. But let's see if we can find a speed limit sign or that car that just was coming. Where did that car go? There we go. Here's a car. Okay, short license plate. Ooh, and we're now on the side of it. Hang on. Had my coffee. All right, so no front license plate. Chevy truck. All right, let's go to the back and see what we got. All right,
that's
kind of a shorter white plate there, maybe. All right, we'll see if we
can. Is that possible in the U.S. that cars don't have a license plate in the front?
Yep, and that's a state-by-state type of law. Some states don't require front license plates, but some do. Yep.
I had no idea.
Yep, surprise.
Bridge, ISIS before when? Tell us.
Before road. Yeah. All right. So American flag, bridge icing sign in English, double yellow line. Let's just see if we can find a speed limit sign right here, 20 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And there's a crossroad down here. Hang on. Let's just see. Anything here? All right. I'm guessing United States. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can hit it. There we go. That's correct.
Woo.
We were in North Carolina. Somewhere over there. Cool. All right. Let's keep going. Ooh. We driving on the left? Are we driving on the left? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Look at that. And the license plates are short. Huh. Okay. And
Are
white.
they also white?
Rolling hills. I'm thinking New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand or Australia. It's definitely not the UK.
Okay. Yeah, there's too much sun for that.
Too much sun. Too much blue sky.
All right, let's just head up here.
Man.
Come on, Google car, pass him. Let's see what this car is. Okay, so got a short white license plate. Oh, that car's pulling off.
Pulling over, no.
Let's see what we got. White. Zeus is just he is got that snark going today. Says it doesn't look sad enough to be England. Jeez. All
A
right.
yellow post box on the left side.
Yep.
And
We've got a horse. All right. And the post box over here. Okay. Let's see if we can pass this truck and see anything on it. Any stickers, any tags that say, welcome to New Zealand?
Yeah, truck
there's
there.
something
Very
right
slow
there.
stickers on the.
Nope, that's just how to operate the vehicle. What's that?
Scania.
Scania, that's the manufacturer.
Yeah. Central Transport
Limited.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see limited. All right. Let's go up farther. See if we can see anything on the front. Stickers, something. All right.
Impressive.
Let's keep going. Here we go. Up the hill. There's a sign up there, right? Yeah, there's a sign right there. Hang on. We got this. Welcome
to
the Bay of Plenty
region. That's New Zealand for sure.
You sure?
Yeah, I've been there.
All right.
I haven't been to Australia.
Then we're going with New Zealand. New Zealand, Bay of Plenty. And Adi also confirms that the nature and the landscape driving on the left feels like New Zealand. And you are right. The more mountainous region of New Zealand. Well done there, Nix.
Well done, everyone.
Yeah.
It's worth going all that way.
All right. Where
so much to
are
look
we?
at.
I'm going to rely on you European people for this one.
Centrum, where it's not German and it's not
French,
and it's not English.
And job? Can you go?
It looks kind of Scandinavian.
Yeah, I have the same feeling.
Okay,
like
so we have the blue license plate and the white of the EU. What does that say? Bergen.
University Bergen, which is Norway.
Hey,
yeah,
Christina, look, it's psychology building. It's a college. Norway? All right.
I wouldn't know, but if Steven says so.
Well,
I'm fairly sure Bergen is in Norway.
Yeah. Lord Marcus also confirms Bergen's in Norway as well. And Norway has a lot of flags, at least out in the countryside. Let's just take a couple of steps in here and see. Scandic. All right, so, yeah. And people are dressed a little bit warmer.
Mm-hmm.
Black metal band. Death Knight's like, look for a black metal band. I'm like, band on what? Oh, metal band. All right, we're gonna go with Norway, and we are correct because guess what? There is a city named Bergen.
Ooh.
Hey, we could get to 50 by
what's our record? What's our OSINT Curious record?
51.
51. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting up on it. All right, 0. But that's an interesting.
Is it 0 or is it blurred out?
I don't know. All right, so we've got some pine
I don't
trees.
I don't think there is a number 0.
Concrete sidewalk, a house that's probably like an embassy that's been deleted.
I think we're in Berlin.
Weinstrasse. That's German language.
Berlin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's German.
So German street sides, driving on the right, and these blocked out houses. This extra privacy is something that we see in Berlin.
Yeah, the post box symbol, that looks quite German.
Quite German.
Yes, and also does it say plants?
It says PLZ. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, let's just head down here just a little bit and see.
Oh yes.
Waldemar Muller. Hang on, let's just come
Can
down.
you go on the
Maybe
side?
there's a job site sign here. What does that say?
Seagull for healthy
I
houses.
think this is a German.
Yeah, it looks like a
I need the.
LinkedIn user mentions the Deutsche Post. Huh.
Yes, exactly. And if we can get a phone number, I will be very happy because I know the codes.
Here's phone numbers.
Or is where they're from, but I don't know if that's. I'll go for Germany.
Don't have the start.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Germany.
Yeah, I think as well.
Yeah, Tigdia says there was a .de on that website. Cool. Let's go with Germany.
Yeah, and I think I would say probably
Mhm.
Berlin or something.
Oh, Belgium. There we go. Germany. And we are correct. It is Munich.
Okay, well done.
Hey, not Berlin.
Oh, this is where I live.
All
I should
right.
have recognized it.
In honor of Ines, we are sticking with the cities here. What do we got here? Sparks. This is like a mall or something. Orange roofs makes me think of Europe. Oh, and we've got flags. This is Scandinavia.
So,
Yeah.
Sweden, Norway,
But
Finland,
which
Denmark,
one?
Iceland.
It's
Scandinavia.
All of them, right? Is this like an IKEA or something? Hang on. Handwerk and handcraft. All right. Okay. Blue house over there. I think we're gonna have to go out to the street signs and see. Ooh, Selfoff is in Iceland.
It's possible.
Oh, and that's what this is. Selfoff. Domino's Pizza though. All right, let's just see what we got. Let's head out to the street maybe. There's a circle. And the flags are...
We are on a central border point between all 5 on an island in the middle of the sea. Maybe.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah,
Oh.
maybe.
Is Zeus being funny? Or is that an actual thing?
It's possible because Selfoss, there is a Selfoss in Iceland, and actually the image looks quite correct to me, but
Could be Icelandic.
yeah.
You are my Icelandic expert right now.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fresh on my head.
Your
It's looking a little bit too, like, almost too busy for Iceland, but
Okay.
yeah, Krone over there. That's a mark of supermarket in Iceland.
Iceland,
That's
you said.
Krone. Yeah.
All right. Does anybody object or confirm? Let's see.
Everywhere.
Subtrue
I'm
says
not sure. I'm
Icelandic
not sure it
letter.
doesn't exist in any other Nordic countries, but it does exist in Iceland.
Okay.
I'm sure it's definitely not Finland, but yeah.
Yay!
Well done, people.
Yeah.
That was like a
Nice.
lucky.
All
Very
right.
good.
All right.
But
Number
Selfoss
48.
is in Iceland. That was correct. I don't know who said that. Yes, Sveinbjorn. So Sveinbjorn is probably from the area.
Yep. And Sotiris also said that, and a bunch of other people said Iceland. Yeah. All right. So we're driving on the right-hand side of the road, divided highway. Got these white and black bollards. There's a sign up there, but that just says exit. Let's just see if there's... Well, let's head over that way. Sometimes we can jump to the other side. Look at that. I know. Fancy, right? Tricks of Geoguessr. What does that say? Slovakia.
Yeah, but it's a track.
It can't be that simple, right?
How reliable is a track?
It's a
On a
Slovakian
highway.
truck. Yeah, somewhere
Yeah,
in
the question
some other
is
country.
it's a truck going somewhere. Is it in Slovakia or from Slovakia? We
So
saw
that's
one
highway-
yesterday. That was
Highway 23 or exit 23.
exit
So,
23.
Yeah, that sounds Slovakian to me.
Yeah, we saw one yesterday. We were trying to figure out where we were. Nico was on yesterday, and we were like, "Oh, we think it's over here. We think it's over here." And it was in a the Mediterranean, but it was like Albania, Montenegro, and then we see this catering truck from the Netherlands all over it.
Exactly.
It says Netherlands. It has Dutch. It has a .nl. We're like, "What the heck is this?" All right. So we've got
That's a problem with vehicles, though, is it? They move.
hey,
Uh,
yeah. All right.
Sometimes they're
So
not
we saw,
That's so smart of you, Steven. I mean,
Yeah,
how?
thank you. More insights the same time tomorrow.
so porn.
shocking.
All right. So it's porno here in Slovakia. Is that where we're thinking?
Yes.
I mean, the diacritics match. I mean, the
Highway 23.
well, I think that's exit 23.
Oh, yeah.
That's the exit.
Here's Stropkov.
You're right.
TigDS has made the point in chat that it could also be the Czech
Yeah.
Republic, which is because they used to be one country and they're just joined onto each other.
Good point. Okay. Well, let's
we
keep
look
going
for
down here.
this?
Maybe we'll see
Yeah.
something that's very definitive. All right. And I think
Mhm.
this will be our last one on here for today. So we have to make it count. That'll get us up to 49. We'll hit 50. We'll break our record tomorrow. This is going to be incredible. All right. I see some signs coming up. Let's see what's anything on this red truck. No, just a red truck. How about this? Concert. Oh, sorry. It looks like it might say something else on it. Hang on. Let's see what we got here.
No, they're geos.
Italian.
IT? Italy?
Yeah, but that makes it more probable that it's Slovakia because, oh, well, it may be Czech Republic as well. Yeah.
Because
I was thinking about borders, but
Yep.
it doesn't make that big of a difference.
all right, let's see what this sign says here. This
Yeah,
has actually
Jackson
got towns.
highways are a bit.
All right. Bratislava.
Bratislava.
That's a big one, right? Let me see if I can go back and we can see the route number here up on top. There it is. Route 1.
R1.
Aha,
Bratislava.
Bratislava. Yeah.
Here's R1 right here. Right?
Bratislava.
Right there.
Yes, there's. I think
That's
I saw the number one.
E50. Bratislava's in Slovakia.
Doesn't it say
So DS
one?
says,
Right.
hang on. Ostrava. Oh, that's the R1. Is R1 different than
That's
A1?
Poland at that point. I think.
Yeah,
I-
you have to go down.
Sorry.
No,
Bratislava.
yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Now, this says that it's going to Bratislava. Now, the question is, Bratislava's right here. We could be over here. You see how it says Sopron right here, and that's Saporna? Are we coming this direction? Let's see what direction the sun is. Hang on. You see what I'm
But
talking
the
about?
other one is Germany, right? Is Austria,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be written that way.
Okay.
And,
What about here?
and
Oh,
they
wait,
have
let's
the
do it
number
where-
R,
R1 is, yeah.
while the others didn't. The
Well,
number
because here's
later.
Bratislava. Hang on, let me click off that country. So here's 61, 62, R7, D4. I don't see.
Yeah. I mean, for the way that sign set out, Bratislava could be like 100 miles away.
Yeah, it could be really far away on the way. Here's one right there.
His route.
Yes, but it's
There's
simply one.
Prague.
Does not even count.
Could be Austria.
So you
It
R1.
could be, yeah, it could be
Wait, here's
Hungary. Yeah,
could be
that
down
would
here,
make
yeah.
more sense on the way that it's written than Austria.
right. So Bratislava. Let's just take a look and see what direction we're going, right? So this is going west. See, we're headed west.
Yeah.
So heading west to Bratislava. Wait, why did I choose? Hang on. Bratislava. If we're heading west to Bratislava, then we're either in Hungary or Slovakia,
Yeah.
right? So where's
Right.
the R1? All right. There's another code that's blurred next to the R1.
There's R7.
Let's go back. Hang on. E58.
Oh,
Aha,
that's nice.
smart.
Yeah, let's see. Here's the
There
E58
it
right
is.
there.
I see it. Yeah.
E58
Okay.
going west. Well done, Sub-Truth. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am, sorry. There's the E58 and yeah, I don't know. All right.
Yeah, I would say Slovakia.
Slovakia. Are we good with that? Sir, thank you, sir. All right, here we go. Slovakia. Yes.
Yes.
A little bit of a
done.
heart pounder. Well done, people. All right. Hey, so we made it up to 49 countries. That is 2 away from our best
So close.
effort ever. And yeah, Technizette's going to be really annoyed, but maybe she'll come tomorrow as we
I
continue.
think she will come just because of this.
Yeah, well, you know, once you get around 50, you start making a little bit of noise and people start paying attention to you. All right. So that is the GeoGuessr portion of our show. Now we're going to shift into open source intelligence, and differently than the earlier in the week and after this, instead of showing you a skill or a tool, I thought it might be neat to interview Ines, Christina, and Stephen and ask them some questions about open source intelligence. And I've got a bunch that I've prepared for them, and I would love it if you all, our audience, would participate as well. So I'll ask them a question, and if you would answer in the chats, I'd love that too, so that we can learn from you as well. Okay? Ines, Christina, Stephen, you ready?
Yep.
You ready?
Okay. What is 3 plus? No, we're not doing addition. Hang on. All right. Let's start out with something simple. What is something that you are looking to learn about open source intelligence? It can be a tool, it can be a website, it can be something to understand better. And we're going to start with Christina.
I think the one thing that I really haven't gotten around is automatizing a few things.
Okay.
And also, I don't know how you, Micah, and some others code your tools.
Mm-hmm.
This is I think that's something really cool and something I would love to learn at some point. For now, I'm sticking with what you guys build.
Yeah. Well, cool. So automation and building tools. Ines, what about yourself?
Well, I would say that Instagram is still quite a challenge for me. I think it's a difficult platform to collect data from and to work with. So I definitely want to learn a little bit more time on, like, there's some tools, but there isn't anything like amazing. So I really want to lose some time understanding more like how the platform works, the code, like what kind of apps work with it. So if there's like any way to maybe get a little bit more out of it when you have like a closed profile that just has like almost nothing. I mean, there's some things that I use, but I definitely think that if I lost like a month or so working on it, that I could like get some more out of it.
Cool. So social media exploitation, especially Instagram for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Mr. Harris, what do you say? What are you looking to learn more about?
What I'm learning or having to learn at the moment, and with Christina actually, is around automation, because I think there's different scenarios that you need to do OSINT for, but I think more and more it's becoming important to be able to do things quickly and at really big scale. So when I first started doing OSINT, you could kind of manually do everything because you're just looking at one person or like one company. But if you want to start looking at really big organizations or really huge sets of data, being able to write even simple Python code to be able to do that is kind of, it used to be like an optional extra. Now I think it's kind of it's kind of essential now. But yeah, so that's what I would like to get good at.
Cool. So from my perspective, automation used to be, I need to sit down and learn Python, but I'll tell you nowadays with tools like Instant Data Scraper, which Nico and I went over yesterday, and some of the other applications that are out there, you don't have to be a Python coding expert to create a custom tool that harvests data the way that you want. And maybe tomorrow we'll dive into some of those tools as well, just to maybe get Christina watching the live stream. One quick point of order before we go further. Anne, you are asking, how did we know we were traveling westbound in the Geoguessr? Can anybody here tell her what we saw in the Geoguessr page that told us we were traveling westbound on the highway? Christina.
Thank you, sir. We saw a small compass, so that was that had a pointer towards the west.
You got it. It's a feature of Google Street View. Lower left side, there's a compass rose. The red points to north. It was north was pointing well across the screen this way, I guess, for you all. And so I noticed that we were headed west. So just wanted to wrap that up. And all right, so we have a couple of questions coming in from our audience. Let's start out with Zeus. What is the most unexpected place you learned a new OSINT skill? It's a place where you weren't expecting to learn an OSINT skill and you found one. I will start off, and maybe not an OSINT skill, but maybe a place where I didn't know I could do open source intelligence and it would be impactful. It was when I went for a bicycle ride with my friend. She and I went for a bicycle ride. She used Strava, the exercise tracking app, back in 2015. And she sent me an email and had the link to the Strava page. I was like, wait, this data is all out there for anybody to look at. And that's what got me started with that kind of investigative detective spirit of, if I can do this, can't other people? And so I started getting really interested in exercise data for open source intelligence and tracking people. How about you all?
Mine's this is kind of a funny, a slightly weird one, but a while ago, I spent most of my career working in law enforcement, and that's where I first started doing OSINT, sort of as part of my job. But within the UK, there are a lot of very old, sort of family-linked criminal gangs who've been involved in crime for years and years, and they're still involved in crime. And they create, because they've always had fights between rival families. They would meet up and have organized fist fights and things like that. But
organized fist fight. Wait.
Yeah.
Organized fist fights,
Yeah, definitely. Because within that community, you offer out and challenge rival communities, and this has gone on for decades. But I discovered by accident in a case about 6 or 7 years ago, they've moved to YouTube now. So they will. I will maybe share some links later but they're usually pretty not safe for work.
Yeah.
But so what now? When you challenge your rival gang to a fight, you and all your family members are fighting, your family will stand there and you will call the other family out. But
on YouTube.
On YouTube, and then you'll send them the video, and then they'll send you one back, and eventually they'll meet up and they'll fight, and they'll do it.
Wouldn't TikTok be better for that? Just a short 5-minute thing. You could even do a duet. It's like, oh, I challenge you, no, I challenge you, and they could almost have a dance off. That might even be better.
I don't know if they would use TikTok more now. I don't know, but as a piece of intelligence, it was amazing, because he used to have to work so hard to say, well, who's fallen out with who, and who's associating with who, and where are they staying now, but then there they all were, here's John, and here's Bob, and here's Freddie, and we're coming to bang you out because of these things you're saying. That it's a whole genre of YouTube video that I discovered by accident as a piece of open source intelligence. It was awesome. I'll see if I can find one that is
safer,
family friendly. There probably aren't many.
Ines, you've been smiling a lot. What's something
No, I was thinking about, of course, genealogy was quite a surprise for me about when I started doing it, on how much data you can get on currently living people on genealogy websites, not only because there's birth certificates and everything, but also because people place pictures of their families. They create these boards about their family that are open, and also because in forums people just seem to overshare much more than they will in even genealogy, Facebook groups, your family's name, last name, surname group. And then I would say recently, I'm also quite surprised of how much, and I've been postponing to write a blog post about it, actually, about financial apps like Revolut and Splitwise and PayPal. And it's quite interesting because many of these, like TransferWise, they require you to upload your document to actually have an account on the platform. So when you have a hit for an email or a phone number on those platforms, because it allows you to connect your contacts to other users, then you're not only have usually a profile picture and a name, but you are also quite sure that that name is correct because they had to upload an ID document. And you can always be really brave and transfer them some money, which sometimes will also appear on your bank statement, and you can even get a IBAN, so a bank account code. So I think that's a trove waiting to be discovered yet. So that would be my second thing.
Cool. And we look forward to the blog post. Sorry, Christina, go ahead.
Yes, Ines, please, the blog post. If you think that PayPal account, for example, with a small credit transfer, isn't that now semi-active reconnaissance instead of passive one?
Yeah,
because there's
it would be, yeah. So then you would have to do some social engineering, and it's something more active. But I think for law enforcement, that probably is a good option, to try to identify people involved in ransomware and other kind of stuff that use these platforms and that actually have accounts on them, because they kind of feel safe, but actually it has a lot of OSINT potential.
And a lot of good, solid, qualified data there too, having to prove their identity. Christina, did you have a place, unusual place that you found to learn about OSINT?
I tend to do a lot of strange searches. So I
searches.
come across different sources. I will just say what a source of inspiration has been. We have that channel in the OSINT Curious Discord channel. There is a sub channel that's called Unconventional OSINT Sources. They have some pretty good ideas in there.
Okay.
So I will say that for the listeners, go take a look and gather some inspiration.
Cool. All right. The next question we have is coming from Purple. I'll throw it on the screen here. So for you three, did OSINT come with your role, or did you train for OSINT and move and then find a role? I'll start. I actually found myself liking OSINT and moving more into the field from there instead of just getting a role in OSINT and then learning it. Christina, you want to start since you finished the last one?
Yes, I can. It's pretty much the opposite. I had the role. I was working in social engineering. OSINT was a big part of it, but I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I still do. So eventually I also moved into more OSINT specific projects. And now we have more services in the company because of that are only for OSINT.
Okay. Cool. And if you are just joining us, as I see some people are, we're the OSINT Curious Project, and we're talking about open source intelligence and our experiences doing an Ask Me Anything so that you can talk to us about those types of topics. Stephen Harris, what about you? Did OSINT come with the role, or did you learn OSINT and then move into the role?
No, my previous role, it did not involve OSINT at all. But I realized, I guess like some people do, as the internet became more apparent and became more part of everyday life, you doing OSINT, it wasn't called OSINT then. Like it wasn't maybe as structured as it is now. But yeah, I pursued my interest in OSINT, and it happened to align with my job. I was in the police. I was interested in computers, but there was no cybercrime then. It wasn't a thing. Like I know maybe the last 6 or 7 years, did it become suddenly my interest in what's now called OSINT then aligned with what the police needed. So yeah, the job did not involve that at all, and it sort of aligned with my interest, and now I get to do it the whole time.
Yeah, then you moved into the role, right?
Now, yeah, and now I have an OSINT role. Yeah, people realize the value of it.
Cool. Ines?
Well, actually, I think when I started doing OSINT wasn't very much what it is today. So I had a role that involved like organized crime analysis and basically like extremism, like extreme right-wing, left-wing groups. And back then, so we're talking about 2007, 2008, I remember like the OSINT course was about newspaper clipping and how like intelligence services around the world would be really interested in getting like digitalized versions of local newspapers from like around the world, like Iran or something, to get like open source intelligence on the local community and on the political shifts or whatever was happening. So that like back then, like OSINT was very much associated with newspapers and with, not online. And I, like a little bit like Stephen, I was really interested in how criminal gangs were starting to use, back then it was like high five, to kind of show off that they had like these guns and drugs and, gold, and it was like a treasure because, I mean, they were searching and I would be like, no, it's here. And they would go, but how did you find that? Like, no, they're friends or they're associates. And back then that was like really good. Because, yeah, it was like were no privacy concerns. I mean, good. I mean, for us, chasing the bad guys, probably bad for people using it as users. But yeah, so I kind of like was part of OSINT transforming into what it is today, I guess.
Moving from the physical world into the virtual world or the cyber.
Exactly.
Very cool. All right. The next one comes from our listeners. We're going to start with Stephen, I think, on this one. Hovolk84 asks, what OPSEC or operational security techniques do you find most important? I will add to protect yourself during an investigation. So for those of you that don't know what OPSEC is, it's how do you maintain your security, your privacy, so that other people don't know you're doing OSINT on them. Stephen Harris, what are your thoughts on this? OPSEC techniques that are important. Pick one.
Okay. It really depends on who you're doing OSINT on and how capable they are. When you're looking at them, assume that they are looking back.
So let's say that you're doing OSINT on a group of fighting YouTube UK people that do dance-offs.
Okay. I would, for something like that, for browsing YouTube, the risk to me is quite low. But I mean, you always want to have at least a basic separation between your real life identities and the subjects that you're researching. So things like sock puppet accounts, like VPNs, like virtual machines are the sort of the baseline of where you'd start with OPSEC for OSINT. But yeah, how complex you want to make that depends on what you're doing and who you're looking at.
All right. Christina, Ines, do either of you want to throw in an OPSEC technique?
I absolutely agree with Stephen on it depends who you run the investigation on. I will add an extra layer of security that helps, especially if you deal with social media profiles, the multi-account containers. It's an extension that you can add on Firefox. Do you know about it, Micah? Because you smile. There you and basically it helps you separate anything, cookies, everything, your digital footprint from other containers.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of communication between your research and what you put in the container tab.
And what I'm hearing from both you and Stephen, and I'm hoping that Ines also confirms this, is that the things that we do to separate ourselves, our companies, our systems from our work need to be there. But what you actually use depends on the level of risk to yourself, your system, your organization. Stephen, if I was researching some organized crime syndicate, I'm going to be putting a lot more barriers between myself and that data that I'm collecting, even if it's just on YouTube, just because I don't want to get caught up in that YouTube algorithm and stuff. Cool. Ines, did you want to add on that, or should we move over to the A levels question?
Yeah, I would just add that one of the things that when I first started looking at OSINT Twitter that daunted me a little bit was because it's an area that grew a lot from cybersecurity. There was all this concern about, you have to use a VPN, you have to use a virtual machine, you have to, whatever. And I usually tell people that are starting that you need to know how the internet works and how platforms work. And that's much more important, because if you're going to a blog of narco trafficking that knows a little bit about, that has some Google Analytics on his blog, whatever, and you're using Tor or I don't know how many barriers, and you're using a completely sanitized profile, and you're going with no cookies. I mean, and if you're using an IP from, Singapore, and he's just had visits from his own home country to his blog because it's a small blog about, painting, then it probably is going to raise more red flags than actually if you just went with something more normal. So I think what Stephen and Christine also said is it's really important to be flexible and adapt to your case. And sometimes hiding too much, I don't think you need to hide that much, being invisible, because being invisible on the internet sometimes may be pointing out to you. Sometimes it's just more important to blend in the crowd. So who is visiting this website? Who is visiting this platform? Who is going here? I need to be just like them. I need to be one more dot in a million dots, and I can't be something that's standing out. That would be my basic advice.
Good OPSEC, to blend in with whomever you're thinking about blending into instead of being really secure or really lenient. All right. So before we get to a question about A levels, which only pertains to some people, let's tackle the how many aliases do you have? So aliases, sock puppets, research accounts, synthetic identities. These are things that we use on social media platforms sometimes. to protect ourselves from the platforms and from our targets, knowing that we are doing searches on them. So without saying what platforms they're on, can you just, all the question was how many do you have? I'll start out with more than one. Anybody else?
So serious. Okay, Micah, that's so helpful.
It is. Oh, more than one and less than 1,000. There you go. We'll bracket it.
In the same spirit, then I will disclose that I have 3 different types.
Okay.
The ones that are just super neutral and animate, like the profile picture is something like an animation, whatever, a cartoon, doesn't matter, something completely neutral, landscape. And these are for passive reconnaissance. And then you have some that are for active reconnaissance, and these are a lot more elaborate and painful to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this also goes under the question, what is the most heart-wrenching and like sweaty activity you do around OSINT, and that's maintaining sock puppets.
All right. Ines, you want to talk about your sock puppets, or you want to move on?
I'm not that much active doing investigations anymore, so I don't have that many. But I would, something that I also advise to people is, if you are entering OSINT now, don't create a closet of sock puppets, just like you buy clothes and you have something for a rainy day, something. And even if you don't need it now, just grow them, let them be, and just once a week go there and just make them, build your own garden. Because if you're just going to wait for the moment that you need them, then it's just going to look like it was made yesterday, and it's not going to look nice. And because I started in 2007, I left my previous work with, I left them quite a treasure in sock puppets. So the more, the longer that they are and the more history that they have, of course, the better that they work, and also less chance that you get kicked out.
Right. So Ines brings up the fact of aging your sock puppets before you start using them. Really important skill. Create a sock puppet, start searching around whatever platform, and that platform may do some user behavior analytics and say, well, that's kind of odd. They just created this and now they're doing all these things. That's where you get additional verification requests or just getting disabled. Also, we heard from Ines about closets and gardens, 2 analogies that I've never heard before, and I'm really interested to continue to talk about in future streams. Stephen Harris, do you have something you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I've lost track of how many sock puppets I have, but there are, having old sock puppets is really helpful. That's why I was really sad when I left the police, because I had to handle my sock puppets back. But some of those fake people were 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, you have relationships with them, right? I mean,
some of them have hundreds of online accounts.
Yeah.
And the poor guy who took over from me had to go through all 200-300 accounts and change all the passwords.
Oh my God! Well, that's a good way to get to know them, right?
It is. That's a fun week.
That's awesome. All right, so we are actually out of time here. There are more questions that you have out there, and thank you for sending them in. We'll do another Ask Me Anything probably on Friday. Usually on Friday, we just keep going with Country Streak for an hour and a half or so, but maybe we'll do an Ask Me Anything over there and answer more of your questions. I do want to point out that we have 2 more live streams coming up this week. One is tomorrow at 1 p.m. UTC. That's 9 a.m. over here in the United States. 9 a.m. in the morning, of course. That's what AM is for. And then on Friday, we're doing 6 p.m. UTC. So we'll be back at this same time. Please come and join us. Also, all of our live streams are recorded and available to you, so that you can go through all of our YouTube videos and see everything that we've ever talked about. Ines, thank you so much for being on here. Appreciated your expertise over in Geoguessr.
Well, thank you. It was really nice. And it was really nice to hear you guys as well. We discuss issues very often, but sometimes we actually don't, we don't work together. We don't do it that often. We do it with our guests, and we learn so much from them. But actually, it was really neat to do this today. It was really interesting.
Yeah,
I second
Christina,
that.
thank you for bringing the social engineering aspect in here and the psychology part aspect of psychology and the active OSINT. Thank you. And Stephen, as always, thank you for being here and just helping out with all your geolocation expertise.
My pleasure.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for sending in your questions. We really appreciate it. And for many of you, I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll go over some skill. I'm hearing that people want automation. We'll see if we can do some of that tomorrow. Well, I guess stay OSINT curious, everybody. Take care. See ya.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.